So bossy.
Somebody's got.
You want to hear the best sound in the world? All right, let's do this. Welcome back to Geoholics, episode 265.
265, believe it or not.
265.
Just
Here we
keep
are.
going. Just keep plugging along.
Yep. We're not stopping.
I know, right?
And we've got a great show lined up this evening. We're gonna have so much fun with these guys.
I am
They
excited.
just happen to be from one of our PLS sponsors as well.
They do.
So we got to show them extra special
VIP guests.
Yes, exactly.
And they're in studio, which is always our most favorite type of guest.
The best. So buckle up. Here we go. News and happenings. We've got Energeo coming up here.
We do.
We're leaving a week from Saturday. Well, no, you're leaving a week from tomorrow.
A week from Thursday.
A week from Thursday.
We're leaving Thursday.
Yep, I'm leaving a week from Saturday, so we'll be there for a week essentially. You a little bit longer because you're taking the family and you're going to go do some fun stuff.
Trying, yeah. We're gonna hop over to Copenhagen for a couple of days before the conference.
Nice.
Yeah, never been there.
That'll be a lot of fun. And you're bringing Evelyn, which is so cool.
I mean, Evelyn is coming on her first international trip.
Amazing.
She is so pumped.
The best part about it is I have a date every time the
Dude,
four of us
it's gonna
go
be
out to dinner.
It's gonna be the four of us. It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah. She can party too. I'm just gonna warn you. She can put them down.
I have no doubts. We also have the Women's Surveyors Summit in Las Vegas, end of October, the 23rd to the 26th, I think, if I have that correct.
We do. The lovely Peter Cox is going to be
coming to town.
Yeah.
Yep, she'll be there.
Stateside.
Yep. We'll be there for a couple days. Just haven't determined which ones quite yet. And then, of course, Triple Dimensions is coming up in November, the 10th through the 12th, I believe.
Absolutely.
Yep. And of course, this episode, as always, is powered by MLID, making aerial and terrestrial surveys faster and easier than ever before. To find out more, go to emlid.com. All right. What are you up to, man? I haven't seen you in a week.
Has it been a week?
It's yeah. Seems like forever.
Yeah, it was a while ago. We went up to Sedona last weekend.
Looked
nice
awesome.
little trip for my wife's birthday.
Yep.
Had some good friends of ours that just recently got a house in Oak Creek.
Nice.
That's a lot of fun. We did kayaking.
Nice.
If you've never done it, man, just there's a bunch of places, or just get a tube and just hop in the river and float down it for a while. But there's some places that'll drive you up to the top of the river, put you in a kayak, and then they'll help you get in your car, and you hop in your car and you. It was awesome. 2-3 hours. Relaxing. Awesome. There's a little bit of rapids, but. I had the kids with it, so it was a blast.
Yeah, you sent me that picture. Like everybody's looking. Maybe they're looking at you, and you said they were doing like the
No, they were not looking.
Safety.
Yeah, it was
like a safety.
Well, because there's there's some little bit of rapids, and if you don't know what not to do, then you're going to do the wrong thing, and you get stuck, and But it's the kids had a lot of fun. We come out on a spot, and there's like a rope hanging from a tree, and we're like, oh, let's paddle over there, and then everyone like hops on the rope, and then I paddle away, and she's like. That was hilarious. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. That's awesome.
What's new with you, my friend?
Great weekend. I was in Dallas this past weekend. We were talking a little bit before the show. My best friend John, who is definitely a geoholic,
without a doubt,
he'll probably be getting a tattoo in the not too distant future. I almost had him drunk enough to get it when I was in Dallas, but it didn't happen. But I was there to surprise him for his 60th birthday. Surprise went off without a hitch. Hung out at some really cool places in Grapevine, I guess we were, and then went to Fort Worth on Saturday and saw the
Fort Worth stockyards,
and the cattle drive down Main Street.
Was it the cow parade?
Cool. The cow parade.
Oh yeah, the cow parade.
I mean, these freaking longhorns are literally 8 feet tip to tip. And I was like, how the hell do these animals carry these things? It's unfair. They should clip them or something. But it was super cool. Hung out at a really cool brewery, tapped a keg because it was the kickoff of Oktoberfest that day. So they brought out this old wooden barrel and tapped it and drank warm Oktoberfest beer. It was so freaking cool.
That's awesome.
I had a really good time. Great weekend. But happy to be back. Youngest daughter's getting married this Saturday. So a little stress this week, got a little bit going on. But
what are you talking about? You don't have to get married.
No, but I feel like I am.
You probably already wrote the check, so all you got to do
Did?
is just enjoy the party, right?
I know it. I know it. I know
You
it.
just got to be on time.
And producer Sean's going to be there
I am.
to support my Father of the Bride speech.
Yes, I will be not at all heckling you in any way.
I hope you do. It'll feel more natural if you do. So I'm going to count on you heckling me. All right. Our weekly updates brought to you by Topodot, leading the way in point cloud feature extraction and data governance. To find out more, visit topodot.com. Song of the week. Love this. Love that song. Love this band. First time we've had.
You told me
on the
that
show.
before the show. I cannot believe we never had the Eagles on the show.
I could not believe it either, but it's true.
That song, Take It Easy. The Eagles formed in Los Angeles, 1971. One of the most iconic rock bands of all time. I don't think anyone disagrees with that. They blend country, folk, and rock into timeless classics like Hotel California, Take It Easy, and Desperado. Known for their flawless harmonies and record-breaking success, they've sold over 150 million albums worldwide and continue to influence generations of musicians. Simply put, the Eagles define the sound of the 70s and remain legends to this day.
22 million monthly listeners on Spotify alone.
That is crazy town. And these
And-
are some old guys that just, this is easy listening now. I mean, this
Yeah.
is not.
And I think half of them are dead, right? At least a few of them are. Couple? I don't know.
Hope
Someone
so.
died.
I hope so at this point. Damn. Fucking morbid. But
I don't want to
geez.
spread rumors. I don't want to be the source of any rumors, for sure. But I did look it up. They have the highest. Their greatest hits album sold the most records in U.S. history. 38 million. That one record alone.
Yeah,
their
yeah,
greatest
yeah. I
hits,
mean, that
38
is. I
million.
mean, what's crazy is that album. Like everybody knows the words to every single song on that record.
Yeah, great bar songs. for sure.
Incidentally, who is our song of the week sponsored by? There,
Our
Mr.
Song of the
KG.
Week, as usual, is brought to you by ALLTERRA Central.
Hopefully, all the surviving members.
All the surviving members that we're aware of, your Trimble dealer for all things survey mapping and even marine gear. Check it all out at allterracentral.com.
Can't wait to get these guys on. One more. Here we go.
Next up, we have the NLC prep trivia question. And to remind everybody, if you will send us the correct answer, we will do a random draw and we will send you a $25 Amazon gift card.
Mhm.
Okay? You're laughing.
If you've sent in the correct answer every week and you haven't won yet, I'm telling you, just keep sending it in. You will get drawn
Eventually.
eventually. The
Yeah.
ping pong ball will fall your way.
All three of you.
All right, here we go. Quick and easy.
Yeah.
I know you know this.
Do you know
one.
the answer?
I do.
Oh, good.
Only reason I do is because I know you. But how many chains are in a 1 mile?
Or in 1 mile.
How many chains are in 1 mile?
A, 40.
I'm letting it.
Oh,
bake
you're
a
gonna
little
let it
bit.
simmer?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm letting it
okay.
simmer a little bit.
All right. How many chains are in a mile? 1 mile. What are the options, Sean?
40, 60, 80, or 100.
Interesting.
Okay.
I would hope that the majority of our listeners will hands down know the answer to this question.
You want to ask our guests when we bring them in? Maybe that's the
'cause then you
icebreaker
can't-
for
you
our
can't give
guests.
You can't give it away.
I'm just going to ask if they know it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. A little bit about NLC Prep. Pass your surveying exams the first time. NLCprep.com offers targeted practice and expert guidance designed for surveyors. It's like having a coach in your pocket.
Well,
That's how
it's
easy this is.
basically like you want to pass NLC prep.
Yep. And I think we both know people that have used it and passed on the first time. So it's legit. And make sure if you reach out to them, tell them the Geoholics sent you.
Yeah. They like that.
You might get an extra coach in your pocket.
Oh yeah, you'll get VIP treatment without a doubt.
All right, our guests, let's get them in here. They're chomping at the bit. Not nervous. They are not nervous at all.
Not at all.
Our guests plural this week, are brought to you by David Evans and Associates. To find out more about the DEA difference, visit DEAINC.com.
Let's do it.
All right. Familiar face, familiar voice. Scott Spears is with us. Scott, born in Chicago, Illinois, one of my homies, attended College of Lake County, the Fighting Lancers. For those that don't know, he is. Maybe your title's changed since the last time you've been on. Last time we had you as a regional sales manager for Arizona and New Mexico.
How many promotions have you gotten since
Yeah,
then?
I mean, are you CEO now? What's going on?
No, I'm not. It has expanded a little bit. I'm managing our Central and Southern Texas teams as well.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
see?
Cool.
Knew it. Promotion.
Yep. Yeah, his life is one big promotion. His passion is, and maybe his passion has changed too. I have no idea. He said last time on he wanted to be a positive force on this planet. Has that changed, Scott?
That has not changed at all.
You're still good with that?
I'm still good with it. I'm still trying to do it.
Perfect.
I think you guys might argue otherwise, but I'm trying to
Not
do it.
at
So-
all.
Not at all.
You're one of the most positive, influential people that we know.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, of course. And we have Chris Malden with us. Chris, born in, did I say it right?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
you shook your
Nailed
head.
it.
I was like,
Nailed
oh, I
it.
messed
No,
up.
no.
He couldn't believe somebody got it right the first try.
It's shocking.
Born in a little town east of Dallas called Wiley, Texas. Attended Texas A&M, member of the undefeated Fighting Texas Aggies.
Well, keep in mind, we record this show and release it later. So currently undefeated.
Currently
as
undefeated.
of recording time.
Correct. Correct.
We cannot verify anything after that.
Okay, fair enough. His current position is UAV sales manager, also at ALLTERRA Central, and his passion is faith and family. I love it. Short and sweet.
Love it.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Let's bring you guys in here. Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome back, Scott. Welcome, Chris. Great to have you here.
Thanks so much, guys, for having me. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you bringing us back. And to be honest, Chris, he did mention that he was a little bit nervous for the show. I tried to tell him not to be. You know, it's easier said than done. I was nervous the first time. These guys are pros, though. You'll feel super comfortable. And for you guys, with Chris here, probably the best show ever.
Oh,
Thanks, Scott.
I did say I was going to do this. You knew the answer to that question, right?
I actually did. Yes, sir.
Chris?
Don't even look at me.
Chris isn't a surveyor. He's a drone guy.
So, surveying is not my background. I got to it as fast as I could.
Well, that's a good segue. Well, we know where he came from. What about your origin story? How'd you get in this business?
You know what? I was at Texas A&M for a while and enjoying the heck out of myself. Probably too much. That's why I spent 6 years there. But
you got to get experience all that they have to offer.
I
You
did the
ought-
same
gotta
thing.
experience
Yeah,
it.
there's nothing
I
wrong
did
with
not
that.
want to go. I did not want to leave college.
I switched majors a few times. I did an internship for oil and gas, which I thought that's what I was going to do, petroleum engineer. I was in Texas, good school there, perfect. And I spent a summer with Baker Hughes, and it was great. I really enjoyed it. I talked to the engineers, and they said, hey, your pay is going to go up exponentially, but you're still going to be working 100 hours a week in places that look like hell. And I said, perfect. Let me find something else that I'm interested
Dust
in.
off the old resume
Yeah.
here. There.
Yep. So I took a class just to satisfy some credits, like it was interdisciplinary sciences and humanities or something, and it was a geography of the United States. And I was like, even though the professor was not the best, I was like, this is an amazing class. I love this so much. I have always liked maps. I've always liked geography. I was like, I want to study this. And I found out that GIS was a way that I could monetize that. And I was like, they need this all over the place, literally for everything. And that's kind of how I got into it.
I love it.
Interesting.
Everybody's got a story.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a story. You know, I'm really hoping to add tremendous value during this episode.
For the world.
Yes, for the world to latch onto. Exactly. So let's jump into this. You know, we're going to talk a lot about UAVs, reality capture, and just general technology. And we want you guys both to be engaged in these conversations, right? Let's add some value. What do you guys think? You want to do that?
Sounds
Absolutely.
perfect. I do have to correct you on one thing though, Ken, before we start.
already?
It's gonna be like this all-
I got to tell you, man, I was a little bit offended that you thought half the Eagles were dead. That was pretty hurtful. One of them is. One of the Eagles is dead. Glenn Fry passed away
Glenn
a few
Fry
years
did
ago.
pass away
And
a
now
few away.
Vince Gill is actually touring with the Eagles, replacing Glenn Fry, and they are on tour still.
Chris heads up our Eagles fan club at ALLTERRA as well.
Yeah.
Actually, it's very popular. All two of us.
Culture of the
Yeah.
ALLTERRA fan club.
No wonder he's so pissed. Now I got that looming over my head for the rest of the show. All right, let's get into it. So, Chris, I'm going to go with you on this one. Many surveyors are still wrapping their heads around UAV adoption. It sounds like this is your jam. What's the biggest misconception you run into when talking to potential clients?
Man, it is multifaceted. So there's two ends of the spectrum, right? We have the people who think that UAVs are going to fix everything that they have. They're like, I don't need any crews anymore. I am going to my ROI is going to be so big. I am going to just make so much money, and this is going to do everything for me. On the other end, you have people who are like, that thing is stupid. It's just a toy. You're not going to be able to get anything done with it. They don't trust any of the results from it. And like most things, the reality is somewhere in the middle of that, right? And that's what I try to stress to people whenever I talk to them is like, hey, look, this thing right here is a fantastic tool, just like tilt function in your GPS, or, you know, when GPS even came around, you know, I mean, there's so many different things. And if you use it properly, you're going to make a better ROI. You're going to make it better for your guys, for your team, and everything like that. And so trying to stress that to people is the biggest challenge.
Yeah. So what percentage of your job, and Scott, you can answer this as well, in both your situations, like what percentage of your jobs is educating your clients and your potential clients?
For Chris, it's going to be a heck of a lot more. You know, for me, I deal mostly on the geospatial side, and all the surveyors, they have the basic knowledge. Especially by the time they're coming to talk to us about purchasing equipment, it's somebody who's heading up a department, something like that. So there's really not a lot of education unless it's an emerging technology.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we're at the forefront of that. We're trying to be trained at that, and that way we can bring that to you, try to give you a little background information on how that technology would work for you, maybe what we think you could do with it, but then you guys get it in your hands and you put it to work in a real world situation.
Yeah. Yeah. So it sounds like Chris, like Scott mentioned, it's probably a big part of what you do.
100%. We probably do 60 to 70% of what I do is going through and coaching people. Hey, here's what you probably should be looking at. Here's the questions that you need to be asking. That's the more important thing. Go ahead, Sean.
But real quick, when you said, you know, those people, what does that market look like for you guys? Is it mostly survey companies? Is it mostly general contractors that want to do it themselves? You know, what is that currently in the space right now? What does that look like?
Yeah, it's a wide range of things, and it's growing. That's the exciting thing about it is people are using drones in everything. And so we're really only covering surveying and mapping with drones right now, but there's inspection levels of it. There's, you know, they're even having them that are going inside in tunnels and things like that. And so one of the things that we're working on primarily is going to be surveying. Surveying is our bread and butter. That's who we're talking to is surveyors, survey departments at construction companies. But there's a lot of engineering companies. Really, we've seen a huge interest from municipalities and governmental entities lately.
Oh,
they really are saying, hey, we're behind on this. We want to start, and all the buzzwords you can throw out there, you know, the digital twins and things like that. But they want to get onto that and start doing the smart cities. So that's a big part of what they want to do.
Well, you mentioned that, and I want to put you guys on the spot a little bit, because you mentioned somebody asked you about, you know, hey, I want to come and make a digital twin of this massive space. How do you guide them through that? And keep in mind, our audience is a lot of survey companies that kind of want a little piece of that too. But how do you guide them through the process? And you guys just provide equipment and software, right? You know, don't take this the wrong way. You guys aren't doing anything.
Wow, Sean.
You're not providing
wow.
service.
That was
You're not actually doing anything. You're just selling me something.
What would you say? No.
But how do you approach that when you get that
train as well? Thank you very much, Sean. How do we approach that?
Keep in mind, we do the same spiel. The best support and training in the business. Johnny on the spot, always. I mean, you listen to the episodes, you get the gist.
100%.
How do you answer that question on, I want to make a digital twin for a city block?
So the unfun answer that I have to give to everybody is it's about setting expectations. Like, hey, this stuff is getting really cool and really good. Please don't expect that you're going to do this in a day.
Yep.
Like, you're not just going to pick this up and run with it. And we get a lot of people who think like, oh yeah, I don't need to build any ramp up time. I'm going to go ahead and just, we're going to do this.
The first question we would usually ask is why, though?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing with this data? Because if it's something that they're planning on doing some sort of
expecting?
Are we talking about designing something? Well, then hire a surveyor. Are you talking about you just want a pretty picture? Then yeah, we'll show you how to do it. Yeah. So the why has a lot to do with what direction we'll go.
I love what you said there about expectations, because I think everything, it's like mutually agreed upon expectations and clarity. Once you have that, then you can work with it and you can get them to the promised land.
100%. We've been accused of trying to talk people out of sales before, because I'm like, hey, you're not going to be able to do what you're talking about here just by this. They're like, Okay, well, we'll go talk to somebody else. And, but the thing is like, we want to be as upfront with people as possible.
Yeah.
And so, and like Scott said, the why is the biggest question that we have to ask to folks, because if you're trying to get something that your department has no capability of doing, you're really just going to sink all that money, and it's going to end up becoming a paperweight.
It'll just sit on the shelf.
You guys are still pretty bad sales guys because
Yeah.
still pays the rent, but
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I want to pick up something that you just said, and maybe from these guys. You mentioned what get us to the promised land. What does that promised land look like for those individuals, entities, like you said, that are wanting to do large scale digital twins? When you ask, what do you want to do with it? What do they say? What do they want to do with this?
Are you talking about smart cities, like municipalities specifically?
Like a digital twin of this city block.
Yeah, yeah. So the goal then is to find everything that is publicly owned, like assets, okay, have them mapped out to survey grade, and then to know and be able to manage those in some kind of a geo database, which is something that I think I see a lot is the merging of survey and GIS world is it's on a collision course, and it is going fast.
Yeah.
But those people want to have everything in a digital world where they can go in and they can just type something, maybe with an AI type, filter, and say, hey, I need to find out how old all of my signs are and how many of those do I have to plan for my budget for the next year, or
It's like
how many
asset management.
It's exactly what it
Yeah.
is for a lot of these municipalities, is just knowing that and saying, hey, we have a work order. So like a university, for example, might say, we have all of these HVAC systems. We want to map out where all of those are, where the entrance and exits are, all of the different components of it. And this is how often it needs to be changed out. And you can enter a work order into some kind of a geo database and say, the time is up. Go ahead and we're going to replace that and then just update the system.
Do you guys still have that UX5?
Oh my God, no.
That it was like a drone made out of foam.
That thing was awesome. Looked like a stealth
What?
bomber.
It was awesome?
it was borderline reckless.
Was it way ahead? Was it way ahead of its time?
It was way ahead of us. We had to pull out the big slingshot to launch that thing. And it was like, don't stand in front of it. And we would set up that slingshot and launch a $50,000 drone up into the air. And then the motor kicks on and takes off.
Guess what? I just found one on eBay for $4,000.
That's how much I sold the last one for.
Yeah. Looks like that seller is done trying to
Bring us up to speed. Are you guys selling the hardware? Like, are you guys selling drones now, or what? Talk about that just a little
Absolutely. I'm going to pass that over to Chris, though.
Yeah, all of the above. We're trying to be a full stop
Mhm.
solutions, right? And so we sell the hardware, we sell the software, and then the training and support for all of it. So we're doing a whole bunch of different brands. We're really excited. We've expanded our portfolio from just having one or two drones to really, with the adoption that we're seeing amongst surveyors now, they're really saying, hey, we can use this tool in our toolbox, and different tools for different needs, right? So you have to have different drones for different applications.
So your drones, you guys aren't manufacturing your drones, right? Like,
no,
you're
definitely
taking
not.
drones from respected manufacturers, slapping the Trimble sticker on it.
No Trimble sticker on any of the drones so far.
Increasing the price
Yeah,
20%.
yeah.
No, we don't put the Trimble name on.
No. They slap an ALLTERRA sticker on it, call us for service,
Yeah.
add their
Yeah.
20%, and then get them hooked on the service deal.
This guy gets it. Then we process it through Trimble Business Centers.
So that's 100% right. Some TVC licenses, and there you go. You're off.
Try this out.
Yeah, Trimble got out of the UAV game back after that UX5.
Yeah.
Back then.
So this is ALLTERRA Central thing,
Correct.
not necessarily a Trimble thing.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm glad we clarified that.
Yeah, and it's
Perfect.
up to our department. We have to go in, and we go to all these shows. That's where I first got to meet you guys, actually, was at Geo Week a couple years ago. And so stop by the booth. But we go to all of those shows to go and meet with folks, say, hey, what drones are out there? What are people doing? Maybe this is just a startup company, but this is a really cool idea that these guys are doing. And that's where we're getting those. And we assess these drones, and then we say, hey, this fills a need in the market. Let's go ahead and add it to our portfolio.
So we've asked this to a lot of other or survey companies or guys that either run their own shop or they're part of a big shop. What percentage of all those companies have incorporated some UAVs into their normal workflow on any kind of survey project?
Man, this is going to be super anecdotal. Hold on, let me pull up my no.
Yeah.
So we just had some technology days, and I did just quick audience polls, and probably 50 to 75% of
Okay.
people were saying, "Yeah, we're using drones in our workflow currently."
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so
we had always been in the 50. It was that 50%. Remember, it was there's half that embrace it and run with it, and half say, no, that's going to slow me down, and I can't rely on it, and I'm going to be. And it seems like we would expect, it's moving more towards the majority.
The scales are starting
Yeah.
to tip.
Well, and the entry price has come down so much that it's almost like if all your crews don't have a drone of some sort, I mean, why wouldn't they? You know?
yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
think
almost silly.
we're getting to that point where every crew is going to go out. They're going to have a base rover and a drone. And just like, hey, here's how we're going to go capture our data. And we honestly think that SLAM scanners are going to be a part of that as well.
Well,
for
it's a
full
good
data
segue
capture.
because I was going to ask, like, you just mentioned SLAM scanners.
Yes.
Same question. What percentage of those same survey companies are using SLAM scanners?
I'll be a little bit further behind on those.
Got to be, right?
100%.
Yeah.
We're probably seeing about 10 to 20%.
Okay.
Right now, I maybe even 5%. It's low. The adoption rate is low on that. I mean, if you look like 5 years ago, these things, like, we got a demo of one multiple years ago, and I was like, okay, perfect. Let's test this out on a little 2-story garage. Well, that ended up being 3 stories in the data. I said, no, we're okay. Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah.
I thought the SLAM stuff was going to take off a lot more when that was first introduced to the market space.
Yeah, why do you think it's not? Like, why do you think it's slow to be adopted? Because they're so flexible, like those SLAM scanners, and you can mount them to a drone. You know, you can walk with it. I mean, there's so many different things you can do with it. Is it the price point? What do you think it is?
I think it's the accuracies that really holds you back.
Like, they're not like up to par with other LiDAR scanners.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not up on a tripod. You know, you're not getting that same accuracy. And I think that's what's been holding it back. If you're going to get into the point cloud realm, you want an accurate.
And again, it depends what the deliverable expectation is. You know, if
Exactly.
it doesn't have to
100%.
be like survey grade accurate, the SLAM unit's probably great.
You can actually
And
get survey
convenient.
grade accuracy with the SLAM
With it.
scanners now. Yeah, shockingly. I mean, if you're looking for something that's 1 to 2 tenths, I just did a demo for City of El Paso this past week, and we were all under a tenth to our control using a SLAM scanner, which was really, really, great for us to see. I think what happened is y'all remember when drones just started coming out, like 2014, 2015, people were starting to use them commercially. Well, a lot of people were out there selling fool's gold, and they're like, centimeter level accuracy, here you go, everybody. And everybody bought into that, and then they got a whole bunch of crap. And they're like, well, okay. And that turned people off. Took a long time for drones to get adopted. And so I think probably the same thing happened with SLAM scanners. Like, the technology was just not ready back then. And it was a great technology. It didn't have the accuracies that you needed for survey.
Yep.
And so now you'll see there's a whole bunch of them out there, and they're all advertising survey grade accuracies because the technology is just that much better now.
So go ahead.
I was just going to say, as a surveyor, it makes me get a tick just a little
Well,
bit.
yeah,
Survey grade accuracy.
Most things do, but my question kind of goes to his tick is, so as the ideal client for then you guys, a survey company that they want to buy the traditional survey equipment, they need some drones and they need to get some SLAM stuff because they have some applications for that. How do they meld all that stuff together?
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of times when a survey company is using survey equipment and UAVs, they're going to be looking at a terrestrial scanner like the Trimble X9, something like that. They're not usually leaning into the SLAM technology because they want that fine accuracy and tie it all together. Pardon me.
But what if I do? What if I want that accuracy, and then I want to go walk around a city block and just collect a bunch of data, and then still maybe not necessarily have the same data accuracy, but still be able to. You know where I'm going here, right?
Absolutely, yeah. No, I did a fun little project like that where we were meshing all these technologies together. Where I took the SX12 and would scanned the ground level things, and then I took a GeoSlam type unit on a wand down inside a sanitary manhole, and then I took that same GeoSlam unit and walked through the building and back out and merged all those point clouds together.
How'd that go for you?
And it was great. It was fun. It was just a fun little project.
Well,
So-
is that something that can be scalable to a lot of projects and a lot of survey companies in there?
Absolutely. I did all of that with no training, and I just dropped it all in TBD.
Oh,
and
come
stitched it
on.
all
You're a
together, so-
surveyor and you have more
no,
TC
for like
training.
15 years.
Come on.
It was
Get
easy,
that right.
and that's why I pulled it off.
What's the difference between the X9 and the X12?
The X12 is a long-range scanner that we actually don't have a whole lot of experience with. We don't have any users using it in our space, so it's not a problem.
longer scanner than the X9.
It
that-
is. Yep,
okay,
exactly
gotcha.
right.
Yeah, I
Yes.
wasn't familiar with the X12. I just saw it on the website. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's one of the newer ones. It's just not as popular.
Yep.
There has been almost no requests
Interesting. Interesting.
through me. I'm only speaking for myself.
Sure, of course, of course. So, like, when you're talking to your clients, like both of you, actually, like everybody wants to know when they're going to see a return on investment. You know, like how accurate is the data? When am I going to start making money with it? You know, and like my response would be like, the more time you put into it, and the more you commit to it, the faster you're going to make money. How do you guys approach that question?
No, that's absolutely right. And I try to tell people, look, if you don't have the projects for this,
He's so sensitive.
don't get
today.
one. Don't get
He's
one.
So sensitive.
Yeah, if you don't have the projects for it, don't get one. I mean, we don't want to sell equipment to people who are going to lose money on it. So, you know, finding your ROI, we say, look,
Yep.
you're gonna make your ROI several different ways. We have people who we've talked to who are like, how do I do this? How am I going to get my ROI on this? And it's like, do we do the same work with this technology and then just save on time? Or do we say, hey, we can do this faster and charge extra for it? And I said, you know, you can do it a lot of different ways, but typically, I mean, we would expect to see your ROI within 6 months.
But
In all
it's
honesty,
up to the user to make that happen. You know,
Correct.
Like you can't do it for them. It's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
exactly right.
Right?
I was about to say, in all honesty, it depends on if they adopt it and put it to use right away.
Right.
So,
Yeah, exactly. Little sensitive topic here, American versus Chinese drones. That's been talked about a lot here of late.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Bring us up to speed on where things stand on that.
Man, that is probably the number one question that I get from most people. And in prepping for this, I saw y'all's question on that. And that's probably the number one question I get from most folks when they're like, what do I need to do? And usually what I'm hearing from people is, well, we got to get a blue drone. And I was like, well, do you need a blue listed drone? I don't know. Let's talk about this a little bit and see, because when you get a blue listed drone, it comes with a lot of restrictions on it, right? Like you're going to be missing first person viewing cameras. You're going to be not having remote ID on it. Like there's a lot of restrictions, and really you only need a blue listed drone for like Department of Defense type contracts. Whereas most three letter governmental agencies, you really only need something that's NDAA compliant. And so there's different levels of compliance, I guess that you could say, in that. With Chinese drones, man, DJI makes a hell of a drone. And they make it at like a third or a quarter of the cost. Of course, tariffs have changed that quite a bit. But I mean, it's hard to beat those. So if you're just doing all private stuff, I would say, man, that's probably your best option. The user interface is great.
Yep.
You're going to be able to work with it, and it's going to be a lower cost investment. But if you're doing any of those state projects, or if you've got municipal projects where they may be on the fence about it, man, I'd say go ahead. And the American market's trying to catch up. They're doing their very best too. And we've brought on a few brands that are NDAA compliant for that reason. And we think that they do a great job.
It's so bizarre to me. Why are the American manufacturers struggling to catch up to what DJI is doing?
Well, I mean, when you look at it, China can just produce these things so much less expensively. And so like as let's say that I'm an American drone manufacturer, okay? I can produce something that's the DJI quality, but it's going to be 15 times the cost for me to do that. I also don't want to produce garbage. So like maybe I settle at something that's market compatible and I'm like 3 to 4 times the cost of what DJI is, okay? So now I have to make improvements incrementally on my product till we can bring the price down, but also compete as far as the usability of the
Sure.
drone. You know, that's you know, when we first started bringing on American made drones, I was like, oh, DJI just included something where now you can automatically have it use the live returns from LiDAR to follow a power line. And we've just implemented like rounded turns to save some battery on American made
Oh, wow.
drones. And I was like, okay, well, it's going to get there. And,
Yeah.
and with everything that's been going on, honestly, we're seeing a huge acceleration in that right now.
Yeah.
People are just too nervous about it. They're starting to actually come in and say, we need to move fleets over from what we had done previously. We're ready to invest the money in it.
So it sounds like you guys, meaning ALLTERRA, you're working with both USA manufacturers and DJI. Like DJI is like the industry standard and has been for a very long time.
100%.
You know, these US manufacturers are playing catch up. Mind-boggling, but I get it.
Yeah, they've got like 85% of the market share. And I mean, there's a reason. There's a darn good drone, like I said.
Yep. And I don't want to dwell on this topic too long, but you mentioned tariffs. How much does that come up in your conversation with clients, and is that
Let me tell you, this past,
I mean, no one knows anything,
like,
but
January through now has been kind of a nightmare because I could only create quotes that were good for like a week.
yeah,
And I'd be like, I don't know how much. Here's how much I bought it for. Hopefully, I'm not underwater on this next week. You know,
Wow.
so
on the service side of things, it's been more stable, so it's been
Yeah.
much easier to
Sure.
face poor Chris with the
Yeah.
so many things coming
Right,
from
right.
overseas.
yeah,
It's been quite
getting
the
the stuff
game.
from overseas has been hard as far as that goes, and we're still dealing with some of it, but it has kind of leveled out a little bit. And there's kind of a certain amount baked into the cake at this point that we're just kind of expecting. And you know, it's unfortunate. We don't like having to see those, but we're trying to make it along the best we can.
right.
Yeah. What SLAM manufacturers are you guys working with?
So we have two. What we're doing right now, we work with, so we sell GeoQ products, one of our bread and butter products. They make third-party kind of high-end UAV LiDAR sensors. They also do software. They have their LP360 software, but they have what they call the TrueView Go. And so they have two different versions of that. We sell that one. And we also just brought on, we actually just announced this past week, we're selling something called the Look. And it's not SLAM per se, but it is
the Look AI.
It is
The
the Look.
handheld?
Yes, it absolutely is. I have one in my truck right now.
Oh my God. I love that thing.
It's amazing.
It's freaking amazing. We had God, I wish I could remember the guy's name. The Look AI guy. Remember his little handheld white thing? It's like a camera. He's walking around.
yeah.
taking
Is it
pictures.
Dominique?
Yeah, he did that, and then he sent it to us, and we're like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Yeah.
You guys
That-
want to see
that's
the
a
data?
game
We've got it.
changer.
It's amazing.
That is a
I
game
mean,
changer.
what really has amazed me about this, because I got to tell you, I am a LiDAR guy. Like, I love LiDAR. It's a physical measurement. Like, if there's something wrong with it, I can go back and troubleshoot and find out exactly what's wrong with it. So I was very skeptical of this product whenever we brought it on.
Yep.
But one of our heads of director of research and technology, over at ALLTERRA, he had been playing with it and he showed it to me. I was like, a photogrammetry scanner that's handheld. Like, why would you even do that? That seems like a waste of processing
I
resources.
had a cell phone. Like,
Yeah. Let me tell you, I was very impressed. The way it rendered a point cloud out of of trees, power lines, and the accuracies we're getting on this thing are nuts. And so, like, I mean, you know, we're still in the testing phases of it, but we think it's a pretty amazing process.
When we take on a new product, we have someone who tests it and kind of puts it through its paces and everything like that before we. So when we come out, we can try and give some real world expectations.
Is that an internal employee or some
Internal.
external guys that you may know that would maybe try out some cool new stuff?
Let's talk after this.
Okay.
Give me a few more pours again.
We're going to get Look to be one of our sponsors next year.
I
There's
think
no
it should
doubt
be.
in my mind.
But I also think that we should be those guys that get to fart around with these things and then report back. We are tied into all the stuff. Beta test us.
Bingo.
Let's do it.
Maybe I think I
These
thought of
guys
that.
don't-
Look at you now.
Couple of whiskeys. This guy's puts it all together.
Scott, get these guys some ALLTERRA.
Oh my goodness. Where was
Let's
I
talk
gonna
about
go?
AI.
Go for it. Ask a question.
No, you go for it.
What role is AI playing in the world you live in and in the world you live in, Scott?
We
You
see
wanna
it
start,
more and
Scott?
more in the Trimble business centers, really, where they're starting to implement the AI, being able to teach it things yourself and be able to share that with your colleagues and things like that. We can see that really growing into everything. So, and I really don't know where they're going to take it from there. But I'm going to let Chris run with it. This is UAV focused.
You bet.
Yeah, sure. So the AI is going to do some incredible things. It's a tool just like everything else. And that's something I like to stress to people like, hey, it's not good or bad. It's a thing. And like, you can use it for what you need. It is getting used on the hardware side. So we were just talking about the look. It's using AI to match pixels together in a faster way so that you can process something overnight, photogrammetry that's taken like thousands of photos. Instead of that taking multiple days, now you can do that overnight through a cloud program. Okay. And the AI is what's allowing you to stitch that so quickly. But to Scott's point, I really think that's where we're going to see, I mean, watch over the next year, 6 months to a year. Now, all the feature extraction that you've been having to do manually, all of the, classification, everything like that, you're going to be able to eventually, I bet by the end of 2026, you'll be able to talk to your computer and say, hey, I need you to pull out all the fire hydrants from this data set that I just collected.
Sure.
And it'll be able to pull those out.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just looking, I just jumped on LinkedIn here because it was driving me crazy. First of all, Kevin Grover, I don't know if you've heard Kevin Grover's name yet, but he's had a customer success at Look AI. And he and I have been communicating here recently. He and I worked together at Stantec.
Oh,
and
okay,
when
cool.
I found out he went over to Look AI, I
Love
reached out to
Stantec.
him like, dude, you're in a good spot because this technology is freaking amazing. And then I think Mike McGill is who he talked to. This guy right here, remember? I can't remember where we were, but
Yeah, I remember.
yeah. He's a sales guy, but he was awesome. Yeah, really fun guy. For sure.
Thanks for pumping up sales guys.
Honestly,
There. Appreciate that.
He was a sales guy, but he was awesome, dude.
He was awesome.
Oh, okay.
He was awesome. But no, that's great technology for sure. Good.
Well, I mean, I was just curious on.
I sidetracked a second.
Yeah, you really did. I want to go back to when you guys talk to clients, and your clients are basically our listeners, and what are they saying as far as, I know AI can help in TBC, and what are they saying that I need help with this, or how can the AI part of what they're doing on the software side, and what are you getting from your clients is what their needs are, or are you telling them this is what can be done? You see what I'm asking there?
Are they coming to you to solve their problems?
So it's going to be a little bit of both. I mean, we rely on our customers. Like, you guys know that, like, that's where all the work is being done. That's where all the innovation is happening. Like, we're going to respond to that. We also can take a look at technologies and say, hey, this is exactly where we think this is going. And then we'll pitch it to some people and say, hey, what do you think about this? Our people that we talk to, our customers, and say, what do you think about this? Everybody is kind of excited about AI, kind of nervous about it. And we're just on that kind of cusp. It's like going up the roller coaster, right? Like, we're almost to the peak there, and I think it's about to start taking off.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of hedged on the AI TBC question, because I work a lot with our internal guy, Billy, who's one of the beta testers for like next generation type stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to slip, this late at night and everything like that. So that's why I kind of hedged. But that's where a lot of that communication gets beneficial, because we'll talk to you guys. You guys tell us what you need. I tell it to Billy, who's a part of this team.
Then you come up with a solution.
Yeah, he and Trimble, they talk about these things in the background, and that way they're always trying to plan for that next step. So we're taking the things you guys ask for and bringing it straight to them.
And the reason I ask is, like you said, we're still kind of on this upward trend, and at some point it's going to go from, it feels like right now it's mostly the developer saying, hey, did you know it can do this? And at some point we're going to cross over to it, hey, can it do this?
Yeah.
And then it's going to shift from informative to then the market is going to direct more of where it's going. Right now, the suppliers and the software guys are directing and trying to figure out use cases, and the market hasn't caught up to that yet. Is that where you guys are seeing the same thing?
That's 100%. I mean, I say a lot of times, man, the technology is moving so fast that sometimes it's actually surpassed the market on use cases.
And would you say that that's true for
100%.
how we can use AI in this space right now?
Absolutely. Right now, we're like, hey, give me a good generic marketing email, Chat GPT. Thanks for that. Like, now I can tweak this. But like, we're using it for just such a small amount of what it can be used for. And all of a sudden, you know, once we get over it and this thing becomes readily available to everybody, people are going to say, okay, this is what I do and what I do well. I need to leverage this technology to go ahead and improve my workflows. And that's about to happen.
Yeah.
One thing we're running into, and I'm sure everybody is, especially at the larger companies, is our IT department is really starting to vet some of these things and restrict which AIs we can use.
Oh,
and,
sure.
and what can we use
Yeah.
these things for? So we're kind of witnessing the establishment of these rules
Sure.
on the
In
fly.
real time.
Yeah, on the fly.
Yeah,
and there, but there
exactly.
should be, right?
Oh, absolutely. So we don't know what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into yet. You know,
Yeah.
so we're just figuring that out.
So in general, do you see AI as more of a positive disruptor or a potential risk for surveying and geospatial?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
I see it as a positive disruptor. You know, it's going to help take us to that next level.
Is it going to replace jobs?
No, that's the same thing they said about robotic total stations, right? And that didn't replace jobs either. Like we're going to figure out ways to use these
Robotic
things.
total stations did replace jobs.
For the
It allowed you to do a one-man crew versus a two-man crew.
yeah, but now we have double the crews, and we can use double that.
And we have half as many surveyors we need. So
When I was the firm I worked for at the time, when we brought on robotic total stations, not one guy lost his job. We became more efficient.
Yeah.
And the same thing's going to happen with AI. We're going to figure out ways to make this more efficient. You know, like Sean just said, we need double the guys we have now. We have to figure out how to do more work with the people we have, and we're going to figure out how to utilize AI
Yep.
to accomplish more.
Use it as a tool.
Yep, to use it as another tool to
Either-
accomplish more. That's what we're doing with all our tools.
Yep. Great answer.
I think it's actually going to be one of the things that people, I mean, this is universal. I mean, it's one of the things that you guys preach about, and we're trying to get more people into survey, which, by the way, I've been to a few events lately with a lot of high school students who really had excellent questions and really have been excited about the different technologies and about survey and learning about things. So I just want to give you guys a lot of props for what y'all are doing, and we do
Absolutely.
some of that stuff. We try
take
to do
credit for those
Absolutely.
high school
Yeah,
kids.
yeah. I
These
mean,
two did that alone.
these specific gentlemen. But I just mean, like, people are getting excited, but it's a universal problem across survey that it's hard to find people who are qualified and know the thing. And some of that is getting filled by some of the technology. You're saying, hey, I can take the people that I have or the people that are available, and now I can supplement with this technology. I can give that person some additional training and let them be more deadly with what they have now, instead of saying, hey, we just have this dearth of people and we don't know what to do about it. You know, that's one of the ways that you can help facilitate that is with the technology.
Quick question on AI, and then we'll move on. But I do want to ask you guys if you guys have heard of this. Have you encountered any? You know, you've heard of the AI hallucinations or something that just kind of they make up. Is that potential, or has that been talked about in any circles that you're in of data that is kind of hallucinated, or an AI bot or something would assume something is somewhere when it may not be there? Is that I mean, we talk about the risk. Is that something you guys have come across?
Are you saying that my AI girlfriend is a hallucination?
1000%.
No, it's not, Ken. Don't listen to his negativity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, it is made up.
That's a brilliant question, because when we talk about like broad
Honestly,
trends,
you caught me off guard with it.
Off guard. He still doesn't know what he just said.
What the hell is he reading over there?
when you're talking about broad trends going on right now, I think one of the biggest focuses, like, there is going to be this kind of trend, and I don't want to go too deep into this, but data collection and big data and reality capture, like, it's all becoming so large and everything's getting captured. You know, we're still on the upward trajectory, but at a certain point, we're going to hit that saturation where everything is captured. Okay. And the job of surveyors, this is one of the reasons I think surveyors are going to be so key in the next decade, is because there's nobody there to say, like, what's keeping Google from saying, we're just going to take an amalgamation of data from a lot of different sources and give people royalty checks, like on social media, and then say, okay, we've got data for that. And then someone can say, let me just download this from Google or Apple or whoever. Well, somebody's going to have to check that. You can't just use that data that some some idiot like me could
Sure.
go capture that data, you know, God help us.
Or like what
yeah.
Scott was saying, like you have to put some restraints behind it, because Kent likes to just take a huge point cloud and dump it into Chat GPT and say, hey, figure this out for me. Well, now that is out there. And then if somebody else says, hey, can you find me this in this area?
Yeah.
They're going to find what he put out there and say, oh, yeah, well, I got some point cloud info. Here you go. It's right here. And then somebody else may rely on that. And then before you realize it, we just made up this data set that didn't actually exist.
And to circle back to your original question, are the circles I'm in, are people asking the question, is it creating fake data? No. Actually, when you asked the question, I got a little nervous. Like, we all trusted. Did we learn nothing from Terminator? Every conversation I'm in, it's like, well, I got it from ChatGPT or from Grok. And we're like, all right, well, that's good then. So
We learned. You must be right.
Oh my
Did you hear
word.
about
Wait,
that
wait,
upcoming
what were you
partnership?
I was going to tell you that my AI girlfriend's going to be calling you because she's pissed at you right now.
I'm sure she
You and
is.
Manti
She
Te'o.
just sent me a message. She's listening.
That's the other user we have on YouTube. That's right.
I am really curious that when you're having conversations about emerging technologies, right? And you're talking to, say, a 20 or 30-year-old surveyor
Oh yeah.
versus a 50 or 60-year-old surveyor, how different are those conversations?
Oh, that's a great question.
Do I have to answer this on the air? No, you know what? It kind of spans the whole spectrum. We have some people who I just sold one recently. There's a guy out there, old surveyor, who is like 73 years old, and dude is leading a drone program for his company and doing a hell of a job with it. Okay. And so, and we get some people who, some of the younger guys who are honestly like, you know, sure, drones, that's cool. Okay. You know, and not really taking it and run with it. They just say they're kind of bored with it or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's not as lopsided as you would think.
Interesting.
But as a general rule, yes, we do have to, like, hey, that's why it's so big for us to go out and do demonstrations, right? That's one of the biggest parts of our sales process in drones, is because these people are used to doing everything conventionally. I'm like, you still have to do it conventionally. Please don't misunderstand me. But you can use this now to produce a better product. And so let me show that to you. I don't want you to just take my word for it. Let me show that to you.
And you may have just answered. We actually got a question on our YouTube feed. You know, we have a YouTube channel. We're streaming live, and he said, as somebody just starting out in the survey field, how can I position myself to take advantage of the coming AI integration?
How do you stay ahead of it, right?
That's what he's asking. Like, well, I mean, he's just
That's a
starting
great
out in
question.
the field. You know,
it depends. Is he based in ALLTERRA Central's selling territory?
Wow, Scott. Wow. On the nose there. No.
Yeah.
ABC.
Yeah.
He's fucking closing.
That's right. That man's some coffee.
And a cup of coffee.
Perspective we talked about earlier, we just touched on it. It's like you have to embrace it first and foremost, and you have to experiment with it. You know, like I've seen people on LinkedIn, like with the later versions of like ChatGPT, you know, take a PDF of a survey plat and drop it into ChatGPT and say, like, you know, prepare me a legal description for lot 1 of the attachment, right? And sure as shit, you know, it prepares a legal description for lot 1. It may not be perfect, but again, just like all ChatGPT, in my opinion, it gets you like 75% of the way there, right?
Yep.
But you can't close the book on it. You can't resist it. That's like my biggest thing for sure, because it's going to change the profession.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you're 100% right on that. There's, for somebody just getting into it, to answer the question directly from the YouTube viewer, man, just find your principles and then just grab on and hold on. Start playing with the stuff, like Ken and Sean were saying. I mean, the people who are going to be successful are the people who really just start digging in. Like, spend your evenings, don't just do it during your day job time. Like, get interested in the stuff and start playing with it in your off time. You'll be surprised how much you'll learn just in a weekend. Set aside a day.
Figure out what it can do, and then sell to those expectations.
That's right. And find out what it can't do, more importantly, because other people are going to be out there selling that they can do everything with this stuff. Find out what it can't do and say, but I can fill in that gap. And that'll be a great way for you to work it into your workflows.
Well, and I always
1000%.
give it to I give credit to Dr. Nick for this quote. I think he pulled it from somebody else, but it's like AI is not going to take your job, but somebody using AI well will probably take your job.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the
100%.
best way to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Commit the time to researching it, experimenting with it, make mistakes, you
Yeah.
know.
Start dating as Kid did, apparently.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
I got a great AI matchmaker if anybody needs one.
No, I do not want whatever AI is matching to that. But moving
The
on.
dark.
Oh my God. Yeah. The dark GPT. That's what I subscribe to.
That's what I can't wait for. I can't wait for the dark side of AI that really gives you the messed
Again,
up
it's called
stuff.
Terminator.
So funny. Well, you know what? We haven't really given you guys an opportunity to like really promote ALLTERRA Central. So let's give you the
I mean,
opportunity
even though
to
we
that.
do it on a weekly basis,
weekly
because we
basis,
are
yeah.
so, we'll say it again, but we are so grateful for everything that you guys do
Yeah.
for us and our show. It-
1000%.
a huge thing for us. That's why we have you guys always front and center. We always mention you every week. But
Yeah.
please tell us more about the wonderful things that are going on at ALLTERRA Central.
Actually, there's no way to answer the question and not sound like you're just kissing butt. You know what I mean? When you're actually truly happy at a place. Like I've had the same job for, I don't know, last 15 years or whatever, but we were owned by 3 different people during that
Yeah.
time. And
I remember.
yeah, exactly. You guys have witnessed the whole thing, and witnessing the industry from basically 3 different perspectives while doing the same job has been pretty eye-opening. And ALLTERRA Central is just uniquely positioned, I think, to succeed in the market space, because they took 3 small dealerships that has that nice local touch that you really want, and they've united them as one large dealership. So you still get that family feel at each location, but you got this big entity behind you with all these resources. And it's just been great. It's been, you know, everything that Trimble offers up to us, we want to take and be successful with. And we have the skill set to do it with these guys, and we're adaptable, and it's just been a lot of fun.
Well, it
It's just
sounds like it,
constantly
because you're
changing.
moving with the market and moving with the industry.
Exactly.
And going, and because you put a UAV guy beside you, and all of a sudden, I know Kent and I's checkbook start opening because we're like, oh, crap, here we go again. And-
Yeah, well, exactly. And like we're
talk
first and
after this.
foremost, we're always a Trimble dealer, and we lead with Trimble products. You know, they've
Sure.
been great to us, and we're great partners. But we bring on things like UAV because our clients are asking for it.
Sure.
And we want to support our clients in any way we can. And then we end up bringing on great people like Chris, and it's just a great atmosphere.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you like to add to that, Chris?
You know what? I think probably to what Scott said, like, I don't want to sound like I'm just kissing butt, but it's
No, this is your time to kiss.
this is my time to
is
kiss butt.
exactly-
So here's the best thing that I can say for ALLTERRA Central, that 2 of my best friends were looking. They were like, hey, you know, we're kind of looking for places, and you know a lot of people, can you help us out a little bit? I said, man, if we can find a place for you here, this is honestly the best place that I've ever worked.
Nice.
And it is about, I mean, and it sounds so generic, right? Everybody says this, but like the culture here is really awesome. I was nervous coming on board that it was going to be too uptight. It was a bigger company that I was used to, and it's not. I mean, we're having conversations. I mean, if they could put up with me and Scott, I mean, they could put up with just about anybody.
Honestly.
And those people ended up coming on board. One of the things that happened, I have never been in sales in my life. This is my first sales job that I've ever done.
Me too.
And whenever I interviewed for it, I was talking with the owners, and I was like, hey, I really don't feel very comfortable with sales. Like, I'm an ops guy. I like producing things. And they said, look, we don't want you to push on anybody. That's not your job. If you understand the products and can help these people with what they need, they'll either buy or they won't.
Solve their problems.
And
You have
that's
a
it.
customer forever.
Exactly.
it.
It's great now, because actually I'm somehow stumbled into a position where I'm interviewing guys, and when they say something like, well, I've never done sales before, I'm like, check. Like,
Yeah, perfect.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm looking for. I'm
100%.
like,
It's so funny.
Yeah.
So that's a good question. Then what do you look for when you're interviewing somebody in a position like this?
Because it's got to be part of the culture, right? Like you're looking for certain things when you hire somebody, you know. And I know, like, I've talked to you in the past, and you know, and every time that we've met ALLTERRA folks at different functions, you know, you can tell it's a certain type of person, you know.
absolutely.
So, like, how would you describe that?
Honestly, we try to look for surveyors. We want people that bring that added value. And we want to bring the added value to our clients that way by trying to find some people with some experience, some people our clients can lean on. And it's just another thing that I love about ALLTERRA because, you know, our management team, we have registered land surveyors in the ownership level of this company. I mean, that's how we roll. We're surveyors helping surveyors, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a tricky game trying to hire people whenever everybody's looking for surveyors. So we have to be real careful about that. But that's what we are looking for: people who know what they're talking about.
Yeah, you are
not
plucking from a limited pool here, guys.
Well, very
so
limited because we also don't want to take them from you guys. It's real tricky.
One way to not get a sale is hire.
Cheeseball question here. Looking 5 years out, what role do you see ALLTERRA Central playing in the shaping of the future of UAVs reality capture in the surveying profession? What value are you guys providing to the survey profession?
Sure. I think right now the current value that's needed out there and what we're trying to provide is a lot for the people who are still that 50 to 25% that are not familiar with drones, who are uncomfortable with drones and everything like that. We really want to hold everybody's hand. You know, we want to go out there and be like, hey, let's, you know, you're not just buy the equipment from us, but when you guys have a big project coming up, call us. We'll schedule an hour of time and get on you and do your flight plan with you. We're not going to do it. We're going to coach you through it. Okay. So that way you guys now know how to do this for your stuff going forward. And we want to help those people get up to speed because they're like, they can feel it. They can see it. They're like, we're getting left behind because we're not doing UAVs. And I say, well, okay, let us help you get up to speed, but let's just set that expectation that you can't just do it overnight. It's not a switch that you flip. And so that's how we're doing it. We are also expanding our team. I've been very fortunate in that we've hired some additional people to do sales and support. And that's to the previous question. What we're looking for UAV people is people who can talk to other people and talk to surveyors who also know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
We really want less salespeople and more like, I don't want to say technical support because you can get someone who's like, let me tell you the specs of this. Like that's not what's important. Is like, how do I get from A to B?
Yeah.
Is important for us. Supporting roles.
We see ourselves as a supporting roles to surveyors. That's what we are.
Yeah.
So we want people
And keep in mind, you guys don't have to be any more nerdy than a surveyor.
Yeah.
Believe me.
That's right. We love this stuff.
Yeah. But
I mean, again, the highlight of what you just said, you've said it multiple times, and I love it. It's all about managing expectations.
yes.
Right? If you can manage expectations and there's clarity and everybody's on the same page, the rest is easy.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And it's hard for us to say exactly what that's going to look like in 5 years, though, again, to your question, because as that supporting role, you guys will tell us. Where you need us in 5 years is where we're going to try to be. So we just try to be there every step of the way as a supporting
just trying to stay in front of it.
Well, I'm sure you guys can appreciate it's a back and forth where we need to push you of what we need as a speaking on behalf of a survey business or whatever, and the same time you need to tell us what's available so I can go and pitch it to clients that you guys don't see and say, oh, by the way, I could, there's some other stuff out there that I could give you this.
Yeah.
And I want that.
Yeah.
And okay, well then let me call Scott and make that happen, and then we can. I mean, I'm sure you guys see that as
100%.
Because back to what we were talking about before, like we don't know what's cooking in the lab to be able to offer to our clients, and you guys don't know how to cook it until we tell you what temperature our clients are looking for.
Absolutely. We all rely on each other for these things. Like I said, you guys bring us what you need. We bring that to Trimble. They're bringing us new products of other things that they've been developing and the ways they think it's going to work. We vet it out. We bring it to you and like, well, they think it's going to do this, but we see it better as this. You're like, oh, Scott, nice try. A little pat on the head. And then you put it to work what it's really good to do.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's all a partnership. It just goes back and forth.
Well, no, it's a problem solving partnership.
Absolutely.
It's exactly
We're all
what
in
it
this
is.
together.
And we crave that feedback. I mean, I've got several buddies who I've been working with since I started with the company who have become close, actual personal friends of mine. And they'll MF me up and down on something like, I hate that this stupid thing won't do this and that. I'm like, okay, well, let's see if we can find something that will do that, or let me give feedback to this company so that we can get it to do exactly what you want. And that's how the industry grows.
I do want to ask that question. I mean, we're starting to get long on time, but I am curious because you just brought that up. Do you guys expect that as the technology grows and all this stuff starts getting a little, way more advanced, that the questions you are going to get dumber and dumber?
I hope so, because man, you hit me with that one earlier, and I had sweat down my back.
But I mean, right now you're getting the questions like, "Oh man, my thing won't turn on." You're like, "Hey, did you change the battery out?" Oh,
Exactly.
shoot. Okay.
Put the antenna on.
Well, now you're gonna go into, "Hey, I need to Oh, Scott, I need to combine a slam scan with this thing," and I'm like, how does your customer service react to the increasing demand from the? I mean, I'm sure the complexity of questions is going up, right?
It absolutely is. We've had to actually kind of split up our tech support team a little bit, where it's almost two-phase, where we have like an advanced team doing some of those advanced questions with like the emerging technologies we're talking about, UAVs and scanning, and then the guys who are still answering like conventional total station setup questions, robots, simple GPS type stuff.
It's like, I can't get upset.
Still end up getting both. I'm only capable of answering one type. So.
I'm glad you mentioned the technical support aspect, because I know that's something that is very important to ALLTERRA Central.
Absolutely.
Talk about that just a little bit. Give those folks some credit.
Oh, we have a great team. Same thing, same concept, where we try to get some people with some real experience, surveying experience, things like that, so they understand the real world applications that you're trying to run through. There's nothing more frustrating than being out in the field and you call someone for some support and they have no idea what you're talking about. Yep. Like, I've been in the field trying to run a bench circuit, and hey, I'm trying to do this, and I'm balancing it through, and through the tech support conversation, I could tell them, like, have you ever run a level loop? And they're like, I've heard of it. I was like, oh,
I'm supposed to be doing that, right?
Exactly. And it's like, that's not what we want.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, we have a team put together that can handle these advanced questions. I turn to them all the time, and I've been in this industry now for 30 years. And to be able to, even as a sales guy, call these guys and be, hey, man, I'm in front of the client here, and it's just not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they can get you up and running right away. It's just a game changer for us as it is our clients.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, on the UAV side as well, what I tell to every customer is like, hey, we don't want to be like, ALLTERRA is invested in having people who are intelligent on the subjects here. And so you're not just hitting 1-800 overseas whenever you have a problem, or you're not just going to forums. Like, you pick up your phone, you call my cell phone, you call my guys' cell phones, and we're like, hey, what's the problem? Oh, you're in the field right now. Let me see if I can help with that. What do you have going on? And let's talk through that. See if we can't get it rectified for you.
Yep. Yeah. Well said. You guys are awesome.
Love it.
Anything else? You guys, we touched on a lot of stuff, man. Covered the spectrum, I think.
We did.
Is there anything else?
Well, let's take a second and let these guys do their own little. These are sales guys, so they're used to their little elevator speech, and whatever they else.
Heard the stories? We're like the worst sales guys ever.
It's like giving us an elevator speech for the last hour.
But before we let you go, I'll let you go first, Scott. Well, Chris. But what else you want to get out there for anybody else? Hadn't got enough information from you so far.
I'm in such a happy place with everything I'm doing right now, buddy. I've got no complaints. I'm happy at work, happy in life. My son just went off to college.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we're absolutely.
Is he swimming?
On scholarship.
He is.
Yeah.
No, I wish.
Oh.
Thanks, Chris. But no,
Sorry. I thought he was for swimming.
No, that hit. But he's swimming at Babson College in Massachusetts. So we're empty nesters, recent empty nesters. And
I know.
21 years married in a couple of weeks here, and empty
awesome.
nesters now. So we're really excited.
Don't make another baby.
Oh, I'm gonna try, only because I know it's not happening
For you. You keep trying, my friend.
All I'm saying, if you come to the house, ring the doorbell.
There you go. Don't look in the backyard.
Chris, take us out, man.
Yeah, man. First, I want to say congrats to your daughter. That's super exciting, Ken. And I hope you'll have a wonderful time this weekend. If I could just give a shout out to my kids. They're super excited that I'm on a podcast right now. Awesome. And so I just want to say hi to those three.
What are their names?
My beautiful wife. I told my wife that I wouldn't mention their names on air, but I get their nicknames. It's Mr. Man, Sugar Plum, and Chunk. And so that's awesome. That's my three kids. They're 7, 4, and 1.
Those are actually all three nicknames for Kent.
Oh, excellent. Nice. Solid. Um,
I'm not sure which one I like out of this.
I'd go with sugar plum.
Exactly.
But no, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all having me on. It's been a real pleasure. And yeah, y'all keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job. And really, I mean, without getting too buzzwordy, you're really spreading awareness of all the things. And I think you're doing a phenomenal job.
You guys are
Appreciate
doing
that.
great things for all of us in this
Appreciate
industry.
that.
We all
Really
appreciate
appreciate
what
it.
you
Yeah,
guys are
yeah.
doing. Keep it up.
And thanks to you guys for being supporters of the show. I mean,
Absolutely,
we
yeah.
couldn't do it without you. So
Can't say it
Um,
enough. But we will make you uncomfortable for one last question.
Yeah, let's hear
I
it.
ask it to everybody.
Let's hear it.
I already know yours. Chris, do you have a mantra that you live by?
Man, I have a lot.
You're prepared.
Oh yeah. But I'm only going to give you all one, okay? Because I think this is it's cynical and a little bit funny. But one of my best bosses, I know y'all talk about mentorship a lot, okay? And so one of my best bosses I ever had was at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. His name was Cooper Willard, and he taught me the value of doing really hard things and unpleasant things that were unnecessary at work. And he's like, "Look, Malden, it could always be worse. So be grateful for how things are right now, because it can always be worse." And so I think about that. Sometimes I'll be stressed to the nth degree. I just worked like an 18-hour day, and I'm like, God, I am just dying. I mean, it could always be worse. You
Could
could
always be
be
worse.
You could have nothing to do right now. You know, so like it's. I just like to try and keep that focus. Like, hey, let's just make sure that we're grateful for
Mhm.
every moment, everything that happens. Try and be as grateful as possible.
Love it. What was yours, Scott?
Always take the high road. It's just always served me. You know, you ever get into a situation you don't know what to do, it's just take the high road and you'll be just fine on the other side of it. So it hasn't failed me yet.
Perpetual optimist. Just about Scott. He
love
was
it.
one of those people that I was not sure about at first, because he's so nice that you feel like he's being sarcastic to you. You're like, oh, okay, like you're mocking me right
He's
now,
almost
aren't
like
you?
the worst sales guy ever.
Oh,
you know?
worst.
Like, cool, you know, we buy something you don't, you know, whatever. I just want you to have a good
He
time.
builds you into it.
I hope
He
both
really
teams
does.
have fun.
Oh, you know, kid going to college.
I told you we're terrible sales. That's
And
why we
yet
reply on repeat
Still
business.
buy a bunch of crap from you. So
See, that's the approach. That's why we're so honest. That's what I mean by repeat business. If you're honest up front, they'll come back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
no,
always take that
can't say
approach.
enough.
Yep, yep. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. This is a perfect note to end on. Embracing innovation while never losing sight of the people behind the technology. We talked about that a lot tonight. Huge thanks to our guests for having shared your journey and insights. ALLTERRA Central for leading the charge in UAVs and reality capture. This conversation is a reminder that the future of surveying isn't just about faster tools. It's about using them for lasting impacts. What do you think about that? You're wanting me to hit play here.
I do.
There you
I
go.
do. Thank you.
Turn it up. Adding value and making friends. That's what we do here at the Geoholics.
I mean, we definitely added value
we made one new friend.
and we made a new friend.
Yeah, we increased our friendship with Scott.
It's always good to
Another
spend time
level.
with you
We're at
guys.
another level, man. If anyone would like to be a guest on a future show, shoot us an email at info@thegeoholics.com. Huge thanks to our partners, Emlid, Topodot, ALLTERRA Central, Hexagon, NLC Prep, GeoNet, David Evans and Associates, and of course, our good friend Trent at Diamondback Land Surveying.
Always.
Could
DK.
not do any of this without you guys. Eagles, take it easy, available everywhere. Until next time, everyone.
What do you got, buddy?
It could always be worse.
It definitely can.
Be grateful for what you have.
I am.
Are you? Always take the high road. I got the Hig road, so I obviously typed it wrong. I obviously take the high road. And
use
as
that.
always, most importantly, be safe and healthy. Ooh. Oh, that was fun.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right. You did great, Chris.
Yeah,
Knew you would, buddy.
natural, dude. Isn't it great? Natural. Yes.
Yeah, when you text me and I was like, man, Tuesday, damn it, dude, you give me like